Days Stephen Nichols to chair 2026 feat Hoagies home runners in tribute to Drake Hogestyn for Pink and Purple Stripe Walk. For the love of Hogan, Stephen Nichols carries the torch for Drake Hogestyn as Hoagies home runners swing for the fences at 2026 Purple Stride. In the illustrious, decades-spanning history of Days of Our Lives, few duos have embodied the spirit of adventure and unwavering loyalty quite like Steve, Patch, Johnson and John Black. For nearly 40 years, actors Stephen Nichols and Drake Hogestyn teamed up to save Salem, battle the nefarious Stefano DiMera, and protect the women they loved. But the script they never wanted to follow was the one where one of them had to go on without the other. On September 28, 2024, the soap opera world, and the real world, lost a giant when Drake Hogestyn passed away at the age of 70 after a private and courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. The man who brought the enigmatic John Black to life left behind a legacy of heroism, both on-screen and off. Now, nearly 18 months later, his best friend is ensuring that legacy translates into action and awareness. Stephen Nichols has officially announced he will serve as the chair for Hoagies home runners at the 2026 Pink and Purple Stride Walk in Los Angeles, taking the baton from the team's original co-chairs and ensuring the Days family continues to show up for one of their own. A friendship forged in Salem. To understand the weight of this moment, one must understand the bond between Nichols and Hogestyn. Nichols joined the cast of Days in 1985, with Hogestyn following a year later. From their first scenes together, a creative chemistry sparked that would define an era of the show. Their characters, the rugged, eye-patched Steve and the mysterious, suave John, became the town's resident superheroes. Drake and I spent nearly 40 years together fighting villains, saving Salem, and giving Stefano DiMera more headaches than he deserved, Nichols reminisced in a heartfelt social media post announcing his new role. It was a partnership built on trust, mutual respect, and a shared understanding of the larger-than-life stories they were telling. But as is often the case in the tight-knit world of daytime television, the on-screen partnership blossomed into a profound real-life friendship. Nichols has been open about the depth of their connection, especially during Hogestyn's final months. Speaking to Soap Opera Digest last year, Nichols revealed he was in touch with his friend every week, at least 2 or 3 days a week, keeping their bond strong until the very end. When the news of Hogestyn's passing came, it was a blow from which Nichols is still reeling. He vividly recalled the moment a year later. "I remember so vividly, 1 year ago today, getting the news that Drake had passed. Lisa and I were sitting in a theater in Burbank. In the middle of the Q&A, an email came in. Just like that, Drake was gone." He described the loss as a punch that still lingers, a testament to a friendship that transcended the soundstage. Hoagies home runners, from inception to inheritance. The Hoagies home runners team wasn't born in 2026. It was a labor of love initiated shortly after Hogestyn's death by his on-screen children, Martha Madison Bell and Eric Martsolf Brady. In 2025, they co-chaired the inaugural team for the Purple Stride Walk, naming it in honor of their TV dad. The name is a perfect, multi-layered tribute. Hoagie was Drake's beloved nickname among friends and colleagues. The home runners pays homage to his first great love, baseball. Before he ever stepped foot in Salem, Hogestyn was a professional baseball player, drafted by the New York Yankees out of the University of South Florida. Though a career-ending injury cut his time on the diamond short, his passion for the game, and its metaphors, never waned. He was an avid baseball fan and former professional player, Madison noted when launching the team. adding that their fundraising goal was a fittingly ambitious $50,000, encouraging supporters to swing for the fences. Now, in 2026, Stephen Nichols is stepping up to the plate to lead the charge. It is a natural, if poignant, progression. If Madison and Martsolf represent the legacy of John Black the family man, Nichols represents the legacy of John Black the brother-in-arms. He is carrying the torch not just for a co-star, but for his partner in crime. For Drake. For all of them. The 2026 Pink and Purple Stride Los Angeles is scheduled for Saturday, April 25, at the iconic Santa Monica Pier, with the event village opening at 7:45 a.m. It promises to be an emotional morning as the Days of Our Lives community converges to turn the pier purple. In his announcement, Nichols painted a vivid picture of what that day will mean, and who they are walking for. He didn't just describe a fundraiser, he described a tribute to a man's spirit. Drake would have been the first one there, the loudest one, cheering, and the last one to leave, Nichols said. The least we can do is show up for him, and for everyone still fighting this disease today. His words echoed the sentiment he shared on the anniversary of Hogestyn's death. Just being around Drake meant being around joy. Pure joy and positivity. That was him. It is this infectious positivity that Hoagie's Home Runners aims to channel. The team isn't just about mourning a loss, it's about celebrating a life and fighting for a future where no other family has to endure that loss. Pancreatic cancer remains one of the most daunting medical challenges, with a 5-year survival rate that has historically lagged behind other major cancers. The Pancreatic Cancer Action Network (PANCAN) organizes Purple Stride to fund critical research, provide patient support services, and raise awareness. Every dollar raised by teams like Hoagie's Home Runners fuels the fight for early detection and better treatments. A call to action for the Salem faithful. Nichols' message is a rallying cry not just for his colleagues, but for the millions of Days of Our Lives fans around the world. He has extended a personal invitation for supporters to join the team on the ground in Los Angeles, emphasizing that registration is completely free. But he was also careful to include the vast community of fans who can't make it to Santa Monica. In a move that reflects the modern, connected nature of fandom, Nichols encouraged remote participation. If you're not in LA, find a walk near you at purplestride.org, or walk your own neighborhood, he suggested. Take a selfie and tag us. This allows the Hoagie's Home Runners to have a national, and even international, presence, with fans creating their own personal moments of tribute. The event will undoubtedly be a bittersweet reunion for the cast of Days. For decades, they have been a family, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, and milestones together. And as Deidre Hall, Marlena Evans, Hogestyn's legendary on-screen wife, noted after his passing, they grieve as a family, too. Walking together at the pier will be a way to process that grief collectively, turning it into fuel for a cause that desperately needs champions. As the sun rises over the Pacific on April 25, Stephen Nichols will be there, leading a charge of home runners, in memory of his friend. They will be walking for the man who threw out the first pitch at countless charity games, who lifted the spirits of everyone on set, and who, for 38 years, was the hero of Salem. They will be walking for Drake. See you April 25, Nichols signed off. For Drake. For all of them. Let's swing for the fences. For the fans who grew up watching Patch and John save the day, this is a chance to join them for one final, and perhaps most important, mission. To learn more about the walk or to join Hoagie's Home Runners, visit the official Pink and Purple Stride website.